Hi everybody, can you show 5 records nobody's ever shown before? It's not as easy as you might think. Now some of these records are rare, one of them isn't. I'm not sure anyone's ever shown it before. Now one of the records here someone may well have shown before. In fact, someone may well have shown them all before. But let's see if we can give it a go. It'd be great if you could give it a go as well. Here is Finn McCule, Sink Ye, Swim Ye. A record that I don't think has been shown before, and yet perhaps Headley, another fat bearded man talking about records. Pete, it sounds from the West Coast. Ben Costello, who knows? Perhaps a lovely folk record. As you can see, it's got something about it. It's from mid 70s. They only released 2 LPs. Fantastically produced. Reminds me of Dando Shaft. It has just a wonderful sound to it. The production is just, as I say, just lovely. There's no drummer, although Madeline here does play baran on a few numbers amongst other instruments. They share vocals. It's a great album, a really, really strong album and sought after because of it. It's better than other folk albums by bigger bands. It really is a lovely record and highly recommended. I'm not going to spend long on them. And it's on the unusual REL label, Radio Edinburgh Limited. Lovely record and worth seeking out. Now next, I'm going to show a 45. Hey, that's easy, man. What are you showing a 45 for? This is an obscure 45. Colonel Joy and the Joy Boys. Rock and Rollin' in brackets, Clementine. And it's on Brunswick. It's an Australian band, Colonel Joy and the Joy Boys. They released quite a lot of stuff over there. This song never made it any further than this one-sided test pressing. It's a wonderful, wonderful rock and roll jiver. As soon as I heard it, because I was streaming different stuff last year, I thought, I've got to get this. And just before Christmas, someone was selling this on eBay for £4. I thought, I'm having it. Absolutely brilliant. It's a fantastic little cut. And there's a video of it on YouTube, like there is of everything else, you know. Unusually, this actually cuts off the beginning. So as a quieter beginning, more of like a half-spoken intro on the original, before it kicks straight into the track. This one just kicks straight in, hits the ground running. It's short, it's sharp, and I love the repetition in the backing vocals. It's just wonderful all the way through. It's just repeat, repeat, repeat. Lovely stuff. I don't think anyone's shown that before. Now here's the record, which is a Cheap Heat record. It's Cheap Heat. I don't think anyone's shown it before. However, Chris Cole, perhaps. Big Star 1000, perhaps. El Bicho Feo, probably. John the 6-inch pianist, maybe. It's just a wonderful, wonderful record. Rhythm heritage, disco-fied. Now you'd think it's a disco album right from 1978. It's not. This is 1975. And the first track has hints of early disco, just a tint of what, you know, it could become. What disco, this is nothing like Heatwave. This is nothing like Ottawa. It's nothing like any of that stuff. This is fantastic funk. I mean, mostly funk and fusion. There's some amazing synth on here. The bass lines are just deep and grab you, you know, they have wonderful stuff. It's like blaxploitation. This is a kick-ass record. It's Cheap Heat. And it's an amazing little record, this. Now, have people shown it before? If they have, they have. You can let me know in the comments below. But if you haven't seen this record before, I highly recommend checking it out. There's a couple of slower, soulful tracks on side one. But mainly this is instrumental, and it's just fantastic. On ABC. Okay, now then, No one's shown this record. Surely no one's shown this record before. You never know. Tudor anthems. 13 anthems from the Oxford Book of Tudor Anthems. I mean, come on. Has anyone shown this before? I'm sort of thinking maybe Baggy Hi-Fi. Unlikely, but maybe. A wonderful record. Unusually, on the Oxford University Press, the book publishers. So they produced this in line probably with their book, obviously, the Oxford Book of Tudor Anthems. And it's all stuff from 1575 to 1625, you know, Vitalis, Bird era, lovely, lovely pieces of music on here, choral works. And as you'd expect, there's a nice, you know, with information. And here's the Oxford University Press label, not something you're going to see every day. Now finally, a record that no one has shown before. The sort of record Madame Sin probably wishes he had. John at Bitbot Boom are probably going, what? I want it. Phil Fernando, Make Ready for Love, which is a cover of Otis Blackwell. He obviously wrote loads of songs, you know, All Shook Up, all the rest of it. It's so hard to find this record. And it's got Blonde Bombshell on the other side. Both of these are really good jivers, you know, really fantastic, catchy jivers. Wonderful rock and roll. Not kind of in your face rock and roll, but just sing along, brilliant rock and roll songs. There's more of a jive side. Lovely, lovely things. But look at it. It is rare. People pay hundreds for the 45. I think for this 78, I don't think it's ever maybe been sold once in the last 10 or 15 years, you know. I don't think it's even listed on Discogs. I may be wrong, I can't remember. But look at the state of it. It's on the wonderful Pi Nixer label. Look at the state of this record. It's beaten up, but it plays fantastically. There's no skips, jumps, barely any surface noise. An amazing thing. Rare, really rare. No one's ever shown that before. I'm sticking my neck out. Now, if you want to show, this is a bonus. If you want to show CDs and of LPs that no one's ever shown before, here's one. I don't think anyone's ever shown this before. This is Wagner's Ring, the introduction. An introduction to it. So there's a lot of God just speaking and telling you about it, with all sorts of excerpts, all about the ring itself, Scholte's Ring. It's a Decca release, originally on vinyl. As you'd expect, there's a nice book, a 2-disc set. This is an original fat box. Lovely stuff. You just sit back and listen, and you listen to this and you're going to be an expert on the ring. You don't even have to listen to the ring. Anyway, wonderful stuff. I don't think anyone's ever shown that before. Now, can you show 5 records that no one's ever shown before? See you later.